Yo, what up, boys? How's it going? I thought I'd make a video for my fellow Vosal warriors because I'm not out for long today. I'll try to make this fucking short, alright? So often we use like fucking evolutionary jargon like replication and survival value. And specifically one of those terms is quote unquote high value. If you're a male with high survival value, then you have high value. If you're a female with high value, then you have high replication value. That's typically how it's presented. But today I thought I would translate to what the fuck that means, not in an evolutionary context or even in a context of like a theoretical framework, but just in a context of everyday fucking emotions and mindsets. Very fucking easy and precise and concise concept, but I think if you, right now on my mind, if you had one translation phrase for the phrase high value, if you translated it into two other words, those words might be self-belief. Self-belief would be the appropriate translation of high value in terms of a mindset. But self-belief is only the mental component, right? Then you have like the emotional radiance behind it. What the fuck is self-belief? Like someone can say like, oh, just believe in yourself, bro, be cool, bro, whatever, right? But that doesn't work usually because there's this connection between mental states and emotional states. There's this like intrinsic connection between the two. So if you just have like a mental state without the emotional state, then a lot of the time it just doesn't fucking work. So my idea here is whether the mental state comes first, the emotional state comes first. I think maybe it's a conjunction of the two. We don't need to get too technical about the chicken or the egg, what came first, who gives a fuck. But what we can do, on the other hand, is we can talk about self-belief in the emotional context. So what is the radiance behind it? What is the oomph? What is the trigger that makes it so fucking unique? What makes it so fucking powerful? Sorry about that, baby. And my way of looking at this, yeah, baby, yeah. My way of looking at this is like kind of like, as an analogy here, would be like a physical instantiation as well. It's like when you walk with a thrust in your step. You walk with a little leap. You walk with a little bounce. Now, I've seen people do this. They get tipsy on Friday night and they're going out somewhere, so they're fucking excited, right? And so they're walking. All of a sudden, compared to mundane Monday, they're walking with some fucking swagger in their step. But my question for you, if you are in that situation, my question would be, why aren't you doing that on your Monday walk to fucking work? You should be excited. You should be alive. You should be like, this is the first fucking day of the week. Fuck you, Monday. And like bring the conviction behind that. Bring the passion behind that. So when you fucking walk, anything you do, anything you believe is emerged. It becomes evident in your body language. The way you walk might not be evident to everyone. The most important person who it's evident to is yourself. That's the most fucking important. It has to be evident to you. And subtly, subcommunication, anyone who can pick up on subcommunication can pick up on the same thing anyway, which a lot of people can't, but a lot of people can. So that's what's important here, is you knowing it first before anyone else. So when you fucking walk, you know, no matter fucking what, that the way that you're walking is like a king. And it's not a fucking show. It's not a fucking act you put on. It's a belief that you have. And the emotional resonance behind it, arguably, is what is driving the belief. So walking is just one way that you could demonstrate that so-called high value, although it's a shit term if you're just talking to everyday person. What the fuck is high value? It just sounds very vague and bleak. Like, what the fuck is that shit? Belief is the word. Self-made fucking belief. If you don't know about that shit, I recommend you guys check out two guys I know on YouTube. E.T., known as the hip-hop preacher, Eric Thomas, and another one would be C.T. Fletcher. He's like a fucking bodybuilding champion who runs his own fucking gym. I can't remember where, but those guys have something that you might not have at this point, and that is 100% conviction in themselves and 100% belief in whatever the fuck it is that they happen to be doing. So I thought walking would probably be the best example of this. But your face, the way your hands spread, just it's revealed in body language in general. But I want you to search your soul for the emotion behind that. Like, what? After you've had such a fucking long day and it's like fucking 3 p.m., 4 p.m. in the afternoon, you can't be fucked for the rest of your uni day or work day or whatever. You've just got nothing in you. What gives you peace? What gives you more drive, right? What gives you fucking excitement? And this is probably the most noticeably effect since I became high value, since I became HV. The most noticeable effect is, yes, you have like these lows that are stirred by your environmental context and situation and all these outside parameters. Yes, they still exist. And they sort of control a little bit of the environment. They control everyone else mainly anyway. But when you have conviction, when you have self-belief, instead of becoming submerged into that, instead of becoming reactive to that, all of a sudden, you're the one who is creating that environment. You're the one who's like, back in your face, motherfucker. I shouldn't be doing that with a headset in, by the way. And so that's what it's like. And it was like the same thing with me and AJ the other day when I was like he was conquering out, and I said to him, "You have the motherfucking God Krishna in you, brother," right? Me and AJ, we're big into divinity, so he understood what the fuck I meant. It's like, you're alive, you're conscious. Like, there's no other moment, man. It's not going to happen next time you come out. Next time you go out, all of a sudden, the perfect circumstances are going to unfold, and all of a sudden, then you'll have your optimal chance, your optimal moment. It's like, no, that never happens. Fucking create it on the spot, create it forever. And uniquely, every time, every second, every fucking time you fade down, it's like, back up, push it, fight it. That's what I had to do, honestly. That's what I had to do when I had long-term depression for all these motherfucking years. It was like a constant battle, but, I mean, I won the battle in the end. It's only been like fucking 15 years. Fucking something like this. It's been a very fucking long time. And eventually, those behaviors that I just kept repeating over and over, they became the same thing as me. I am now those behaviors. It's not it's not what I say that defines me. It is what I do. Actually, it's a bit of both, but yes, your actions define you more than anything else, more than anything you could potentially conceive of. Those are the things that define us the most. Or at least in terms of human history. People don't really remember that much about philosophy and concepts and ideas compared to if you just ask the average person about fucking Rome or Greece or Alexander the Great or fucking Julius Caesar. Why? Because of action, because of conquest, because they have drive, because they have stamina, endurance, and persistence. And that's what you fucking got to cultivate. That's what part of self-belief. It's what it gives you. It's the emotion inside that unfolds and you realize it, and you've got to harness it and capture it and embody it. And you can't just put it on fucking Saturday and Friday night You have to put it on Monday fucking morning. Anyway, I think that's been 10 minutes, and that's a complete fucking probably a waste of my day. But I had to do it before I go home and study for the next fucking 10 hours. So there you go. Ciao, guys.